Okay, you all are a bunch of inspiring visionaries. I just don't know what to think about that video that I did. Like, I can't even tell you, you know, I can't even tell you how exciting it is to have an idea like I had and to have y'all respond the way you did. I want to talk a little bit about what's in the comments. And then I have even an expanded idea on the whole concept because of things that you brought up. So, just to recap, I had this idea about this tiny home mock up, kind of changing it and customizing it to be more like a cozy cottage type style. Okay. So I did this video and I showed like some images of a chat GPT mock-up of the cottage. And you all responded. And there are so many comments. Like I can't even keep up with them all. But you guys are so inspiring. Like I had no idea. You make me feel like I can get up in the morning and go build this freaking cottage tomorrow. It's not quite like that in real life, but because of the way you have, because of the way you've encouraged me, I'm just kind of on fire for this, you know? I wasn't expecting that. I thought people would think I was nuts because I am sometimes. But okay, so some of the comments that kept coming up is about how improving land is so expensive, like wells and septics and everything. So I did a little research, and I'm going to talk about a few other things too. So I did a little research, and it is expensive. So chat, again, made me a little mock-up, and I guess the average price is 17, 20,000, mid 20s, something like that for septic and well. So we did this little mock-up, right? And you can see the cost of improving that land and putting my own water source and my own septic on it. And instead of having city water or county water, whatever, water and sewer. So there's the cost, and comparing it to having the public water source, it would take me, according to chat, like 16, 17 years to recoup that money. Now, remember, we're not including any maintenance on that. We're not including any other improvements you have to make in order to put your drain field in and all that stuff. So let's be real. It would probably take about 20 years to recoup that money. So that made me start thinking differently. Like maybe it's a better idea to try and have the public water source. I wanted a septic and a well because I thought then I don't have to, pay for water when I'm on this strict budget and everything. But that sounds like it might even be more expensive. And then the creek issue. Oh my gosh, there has to be like 50 messages that say, don't do a creek, don't do any water because it floods and blah, blah, blah. And I had a comment that said, have you ever heard of flooding? And, just like terrifying me, like this creek is this horrible idea. But guess what? My daughter came up with a really good idea. She said, just make your own. Like you don't have to go have like a natural creek. You could just put pond liners in it and water pumps and create your own and put your little bridge across your creek. So there you have it. There's a solution for just about everything. The other thing is I'm totally like convinced now that there's no way I would do a mobile home park. Like, no way now, after hearing all your guys' comments and the research that I've done and the way that those lot rents are increasing and corporations are buying up all of those little communities just so they can increase rents and, make a lot of money. That's not smart to get involved in that. When you know that you're going to be having a low income, right? So that's off the table. But here's the one thing that was so fun is y'all started talking about, I'm telling you, there must be a quarter of you who were talking about how cool it would be to have like a tiny home community, but with that little cottage community. So, well, you know what I did. I went to ChatGPT and had him do a mock-up, right? So here's my little mock-up. I don't feel like he got my vision just right. So what I'm going to end up doing is sketching one out, and then I'm going to scan it in and have it make a rendition from that. So it could kind of get it right? And maybe I'll share that down the road. But it's, you can get an idea based on this picture. Anyhow, here it is. It's very, very cute. But just picture this, okay? You know what tiny home communities look like? They kind of look like an upscale, smaller mobile home park, right? So all I'm saying here is put cottages together in the same way. Cottages with little gardens and pathways with little lanterns. Okay, now, before we go any further, I have to tell you, I'm not doing this. This is like just kind of this idea. A lot of you had interest in it. So maybe one of you will do it. I don't know. I will design it. If there's some crazy developer out there that's as crazy as me, I will design it for you. I will put my stamp on it, and I will make the coziest frigging community you have ever seen. But I'm not doing it on my own. I couldn't if I wanted to. So, like, you could go from house to house, but everybody has their own space. And there needs to be like little pathways, like I talked about. Like I said, this is not the best rendition. This is not the final product, but I had to put something together with all of your feedback and all of your excitement because the idea is magical. I mean, it truly is. It could be something really cool. But like everything else, it's a dream, We get these ideas, and for some reason we shelf them because they just seem too far-fetched. Well, it is far-fetched, and there might be one out there, but I've never heard of one or seen anything like this. Everything's kind of very basic and structured and, rigid, like you're supposed to just go there and sleep and eat, and it fulfills all of your needs, but it doesn't fulfill your creative spirit. And that's the dream, right? We all know how to put a bed in a room and put a table in a kitchen and, park a car in a garage. All those basic things you do in a house, in a home. But the difference in what I'm seeing and what apparently you're seeing is the dream, the spark, the life that you can put into your space, the thing that makes you feel comfortable. I talk about the ambience. That's what it's all about. That really just took on new meaning when I was thinking about this, because that's what it is. It's ambience. It's filling your spirit and your soul with beauty, the scents of flowers, the sound of trickling water, the beauty all around you, creating your home. Just picture those little cottages with the little candle flickering. Picture it during the holidays. That's all ambience, right? So you're just surrounding yourself with this beauty and this peacefulness. And I love that so much. It's just a different way to live. And that would be a choice. Like, you can plop a house in a lot and pay your lot rent. But to create your space, your cozy little space, now that's something different. That's spiritual. It really is. So what came out of all this for me is just the dreaming. And I think that's what lit you up. When I read the comments, there's just this air about them in all of them. Everybody seems so inspired and excited and like they can see the dream, And it started to make me think that, when we reach this age, I don't think we dream a lot. I don't think we dream enough. I remember being a kid and, just the sight of the birthday candles and looking all around and everybody singing happy birthday to me, It was just dreamy, right? Or dreaming of your little castle. So you build this little fort around your table, and you crawl into it and you bring your flashlight and your pillow and you create something, your little dream house in your head, you're fantasizing, you're dreaming. And I just don't think we do that enough. I remember my daughter when she was little, we would go to the Olive Garden, their breadsticks, the long breadsticks. She'd stick her finger through it and wiggle it, and we'd be like, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm Pocahontas. I'm Pocahontas in a canoe going down the road." So it's just all those little dreamy things, But when we get older, especially in the second half, I think we kind of start feeling like, I don't know, maybe we're not entitled or we've just forgotten how to dream because it doesn't feel attainable because of time or something. Like in this season of our life, we're supposed to be slowing down. We're just supposed to settle in and accept, and that's what I feel like I'd be doing in an apartment or, any of those other options. But this showed me that dreaming in this season is so healthy because of your reactions. You all were dreaming right there with me, You're excited, you could see it, you could feel it. And that's what this is about. It's not about the cottage. I want the cottage. I love the cottage, okay? And I'm not giving up on that little cottage right now. But it's about the dream. It's about lighting up your spirit and having hope and still creating and still believing that things can happen for you in this time in your life. It can be a scary time because we know that we can't move the way we used to. I can't build that cottage the way I could have decades ago. We can't earn the way we used to for some of us, So there's that fear. What am I going to do if I can't build it and I can't earn it, There's the fear of our health. There's the fear of so many unknowns. I did that video about how life changes for us in this season. And it truly does in so many ways. So we kind of settle in. We kind of accept the apartment or whatever it is. That's an analogy. There's nothing wrong with an apartment. That's probably where I will end up. But it will be the cutest apartment you ever saw, I promise. But it's just about the spark and the magic and the dreaming. And I love that. And I love reading your comments. I'm going to go back. I'm going to read them all the time. You guys need to do that. I hope you're reading each other's comments. I hope that you're getting inspired by one another. So many of you, I could just hear the excitement and enthusiasm in your words and in your voice. I want to keep inspiring you. I want to keep you dreaming. And whether it's just inspiring you with ambience or a dreamy cottage or a dreamy little cottage community, that's what it's about. We've got to keep doing that. So, one thing I was thinking is that these stairs are hard. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I've been doing this lately. But one thing I was thinking about is all of your conversations and interest. And some of you even had like ideas. One person said that they went into ChatGPT and they also made a rendition, and it turned out great, of their vision. And so I started thinking I should turn on the community tab. I was always kind of concerned about that because of, creepers out there posting or whatever, but I can kind of control that, I think. I don't know that much about it, so I'm going to watch some videos. And if I can open the community tab, then you guys can kind of chat with each other too about ideas. And I think you can even upload pictures. Like she could upload the picture of her cottage rendition, So that would be kind of fun. So if that interests you, let me know, and I will pursue that. If it doesn't interest you, I probably won't waste the time because there's enough to do here. But that would be a good way to connect and just kind of have some fun with this whole thing and create more ideas, shared ideas. So let me know about that. And then, this is funny. So there was a comment that said I talk too much. Well, I probably do for sure. But what am I supposed to do when I'm making a video? Not talk? I mean, I don't know how to not talk. There's no one else here but you guys. I'm talking to you. So anyways, that was the funniest post that I think I had and the oddest post. But anyhow, if I talk too much, let me know. I could just sit here. Yeah, that would not be a fun video. So, all right, that's it. That's all I have for today. But I wanted to connect with you. I wanted to thank you for all of your input, all of your inspiration, and just the fun, enthusiasm, and all of your dreams. Keep dreaming, man. This channel is going to be a dreamer's channel. I can feel it. I love it. All right. Have a good day. I will see you next time. Shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark.